get another sip of wine. Oh, your sardines just fell down.
They're fine. Quick and easy angel hair pasta with sardines. There's a traditional Sicilian recipe for sardines with pasta, which is just wonderful, but it's a lot of effort, and sometimes when you look around the kitchen you realize you don't have the stuff to make it. This is an easier go at that recipe. Very simple, very fast, very enjoyable, and very delicious. Kalamata olives, anchovies, shallots, crushed garlic, breadcrumbs homemade, parsley, smells good, tomato paste, angel hair pasta, and of course, sardines. Have a couple of choices when it comes to sardines. These are generally available in the store. These are called bristling sardines because they bristle, and these are Portuguese sardines. Is there a difference? There is. Bristling sardines are a sardine, but they're generally small, thin, wizened little things, but they're very tasty. They're very nice to eat. These happen to have been packed in Poland. These are Portuguese sardines from Italy. So what's the difference? Let's take a quick look. Doesn't really matter. They're both going to do the same thing. But if you're trying to impress, you probably want to find something like these online. They're about $1 more a can, which, is it worth it? You tell me who you're having dinner with. These are bristling sardines. Let's take a look. Let's try to get one out as complete as we can. These are so soft in the can that they break up, but that's how these little fellows look. Still got the tail on there, but they've removed the head. And let's put that on the plate. Then let's take a look at these Portuguese sardines and see if there's an appreciable difference. I know already there's a difference in taste. And for me, it is worth it. If I can get hold of these sardines, these Portuguese sardines, I'm gonna do it because it does elevate the dish. Not a very delicate way of removing it, but look at the difference there. Bristling sardine from the Norwegian waters in Europe, were packed in Poland, and then these larger sardines that I'm going to use today are Portuguese, packed and shipped from Italy. Both of them are packed in olive oil. That's what you want for this dish.
Portuguese children live on these.
No.
For best effect, we want to chop these tomatoes before we go over to the stove. Just rough, they can be quartered, whatever you want. This is a rustic dish. Chop these up. They're gonna melt down in the dish anyway. And once we've done that, now we're ready to go and cook. We're gonna boil some water with salt for the pasta. Quite straightforward. And the skillet's going on medium for the sauce. And we're gonna use some good olive oil. Best olive oil that you have is what you should use. Put a good amount of olive oil in this pan. First, shallots. Those a little stir around. We want these to start sweating. As soon as the shallot is softened, we're going to add some garlic, about 3 or 4 cloves crushed, and just stir that in so it gets going with the shallots. Next, about 3 little fillets of anchovy are going in. This is for the real umami flavor of these. They're salty. We won't really need to salt this dish very much. These are going to break down in the sauce and give it a really rich and interesting flavor. And then the tomatoes go in so they can cook down and just melt into the sauce, followed by the olives. Wow, it smells good. Can you smell it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm starving. It does, and it's delicious and nutritious, I can tell.
Once these are getting along just fine and having a good old time, we're gonna kick up the party and add a little white wine And then we're just gonna bring this to the boil, burn off the alcohol because that's a little bitter. We just want the flavor of the wine. Now the tomatoes are breaking down into the sauce. It's time to add a little tomato paste to give it a richness of flavor that we're really gonna need in here. And we'll just cook this down, get rid of that raw tomatoey taste on it, and it will become sweeter as it cooks. A lot of the liquid is boiling off now. That's okay. We can use some of the pasta water to loosen this up if need be. We're going to transfer the pasta into this skillet at the end and just let it absorb all of the flavors. So if it's a little bit too wet or too dry, we can adjust at that time. I like to add just a little touch of lemon juice. Finally, when it gets to about this consistency, we're going to drop in our Portuguese sardines and break these down. Sometimes I like to leave them more whole, but you can just go ahead and break them into the sauce. The flavor will be there. I don't pull out the bones. The bones are edible, they're soft, you don't know they're there. But if you're a bit squeamish about having a backbone in your food, you can pull it out before you stir them in, and that's just fine. You won't affect the flavor, but you might affect the look of the dish. Everything's looking great. It's about the stage we want to put our pasta in this case, angel hair. You can use any pasta with this dish. Angel hair I like because it's light and it's not too heavy in the dish, and it picks up the flavor really well. Doesn't matter in this case about bringing some water over. We can do with that to help absorb the flavors of the sauce. And we're just gonna dump all of this angel hair right inside and have it absorb that wonderful flavor. Mix it all around. It'll continue to cook a little bit. So you wanna stop, if you like your pasta al dente, stop a little early with the boiling and let it finish off in this pan, but it's no big deal. Whatever you like is fine. You like your pasta really soft, that's okay. Just don't tell your Italian friends, because they've got ways of making that right. And here it is, the finished dish. Really easy, really fast and simple, but so effective, so tasty. All we gotta do is get this into a bowl, or a plate if you prefer. There's our good dollop of pasta right there. And we need to get a spoon so that we can pull up some of this wonderful sauce and fish, sardines, and all the goodness from around the dish. Don't forget the breadcrumbs, very important, very traditional on this. And of course, some parsley makes it look nice, and I can't wait to try it. I know it's gonna taste good. A little bit of crusty bread on there. You don't know what you're missing if you haven't tried it. Try it, it is fantastic. Let's give it a try, see what we did here. It was so easy, almost seems like, how can it taste so good if it was so easy to make? But you'll be surprised. Let's wind a good amount on here. We'll taste this pasta that's absorbed the sauce and the flavor of the fish. Oh yeah. I'm gonna dig in and get some of the sauce, just the fish and sauce on its own. Ah, tremendous, tremendous. You are always welcome right here in the kitchen. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit that like button, ring the bell, do all that good stuff, and be sure to come back and see us next time.